Hello boys and girls and welcome back to another Warhammer 3 cast. We are on the Black Ark map. If you couldn't fucking guess by this giant statue of Malik or Cain or whatever the hell that is supposed to be. And yeah, we have a interesting game between the Lizardmen and the Goblins. Leading the line for the Lizardmen is the White Saurus himself. It is Gorok. Armored and shielded, melee expert, and of course predatory sensors. Pretty good lord, pretty well rounded. He does have his Rock of Itza for that pretty hefty physical resist and obviously stand your ground to buff all the Saurus around him. He is bringing his Mace of Ulamak with him for that extra damage because he hits like a truck when he wants to. But that's not even the king of his build today. This mad lad actually brought the Shredder of Lustria. All 15,000 health of him, 750 weapon strength. Causes terror. You don't fucking say. We've also got a Skink Priest with the Uranon Thunderbolt. Maybe I was expecting a lot of siege, but really not that much. Because facing the mighty Shredder is Skarsnik, Warlord of 8 Peaks, and a host of Night Goblins. So Vanguard will be his friend. Skarsnik is anti-large, but if you think that's going to do anything to the Shredder, then you've got another thing coming. He does have his get back here to buff a leadership of failing goblins, but he's also got Spite of the Bad Moon for that extra damage buff. Also, 3 charges of Fermented Fungi just to rampage the enemy and lower their melee defense, but he does have his work cut out for him because these Night Goblins, well, actually none of them are in Vanguard. But there is basically nothing but Night Goblins. Literally Night Goblins and Night Goblin Archers. So this will be interesting, because the average cost, I think, of a Night Goblin is like 475. This Shredder of Lustria costs 3,700. So let's see how they fare. It is Domination. And of course, anything can happen in Domination. So, we're moving up. Saurus Warriors with their shields should protect against the missile damage of the Night Goblin Archers, but won't protect against the poison debuff that they bring. So where quantity will try and swarm this first point here, the Lizardmen are going for quality, and I want to see just how... I just want to see how much value this Shredder of Lustria gets. It seems running to point 3. We've got double Saurus Warriors facing off against a bunch of Night Goblins. I feel like reinforcements are really going to help the Night Goblins, because obviously with all their Vanguard deployment, they can get to the point much quicker. We do have my favorite, well, one of my favorite units of the Lizardmen. Came in very late. I think they were actually with the Oxyotl DLC. The Chameleon Stalkers. I like how they have 2 ammo. They sort of like shoot a quick burst and then they go in. I always thought they're really good. And then Oxyotl, you can make them just unkillable, basically. They just hit so hard. Just ripping limbs off Chosen if you really want to. But that's campaign. That's for another time. So, point 1 secured for, well, they're on the point, at least. Oh, here we go. Very good missile barrage. Remember, a lot of these guys are stealthed. So basically, what he'd be facing against is, like, literally an invisible wall. Obviously, we have the benefit of being able to see all this. There goes Oronon's Thunderbolt. Oh, hit some nasty Skulkers. Well, you know, was that worth a third of your hero's health? Probably not. But because he's on that Pteranodon, he's able to get away. But yeah, just imagine you're facing literally an invisible army. And you never know with the Night Goblins, because with Vanguard deployment, he might try something sneaky, particularly with like nasty Skulkers and their AP. But no, he's biding his time. Points 1 and 3 are probably going to fall now. This map is fucking humongous, by the way. Let me just throw that out there. This feels humongous, at least. And the action hasn't started quite yet. The Lizardmen are very much biding their time. Chameleon Stalkers going in. Are they gonna... Oh, there they go with their little burst. A bit like miners with blasting charges, except with scales and fancy little tails. And here they go in. Hit these Night Gobos where they live. And I think they've just poisoned each other, which is kind of awkward. And I'm not sure why he's pulling back. I think he could get stuck in and... Maybe, I guess he doesn't want to throw their lives away so recklessly. No, he's just pulling back. Okay, well, their ammo is spent. Point 1's going in. They're just staring each other down here. We've got a lot of skink reinforcements coming in. They will actually trade very well with the Night Goblins. Very cheap infantry, and, yeah, they should actually be, a lot more even-steven with the Night Goblins, so they won't be such a waste if they just go down. Let's have a look what's going on by point 3. One Saurus is engaging, another one is getting lit up by these Night Goblins. Night Goblins getting very good value there. And I think if he was going to send a skeleton crew to this bottom point, he could have sent his 8-peak loonies there. Because I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the 8-peak loonies are unbreakable, so they would have actually traded a lot better with the Saurus. Anyway, these guys, if they get hit from the side with those archers, yeah, they got the poison debuff now. Take a little bit extra damage, but at least they're running off some of the Night Goblins. Anyway, Nasty Skulkers come in and just emerge out of nowhere, but Feral Cold Ones straight into the fray here. Oh, and actually, we've got some more Chameleon Stalkers, the ones that originally engaged. And if these Cold Ones want to go into the archers, then these Chameleons can go straight into these Nasty Skulkers, and yeah, thoroughly outmaneuvered at point 3 here. Very well done. And I don't think he needs to pop the Thunderbolt here, particularly since they're all spread out. And that's actually them routing. So point 3 firmly under control for the Lizardmen. He's got 600 more points. We've got some action here actually. More Feral Cold Ones. You can see how domination sort of influences the decisions people make. There's a lot of extra cav coming in, a lot of extra mobility. But they've been caught out by these little squiggies. And I'm pretty sure I back the squigs over Feral Cold Ones. In fact, I back them over the Chameleon Stalkers en masse, so we'll see. Anyway, Night Goblins have to come up with a plan, because they have point 2, they got outmaneuvered at point 3, and basically, the Lizardmen don't have to really make a push for it, because they have the point majority. Although the Shredder of Lustria they've been hit with the smoke bomb to lower his speed. I don't think he gives a shit, honestly. He was already on him. And it's like 2 hits. The Nasty Skulkers have already routed. This is hilarious. And wisely, the Squigs decide to GTFO and actually get hit by bombardment from the Chameleon Skinks. Okay, now it's time for the Flying Cavalry, which I never really never know what to deal with. So let's see what he gets here. Going into the Missile Cav, so Flying Cav going into Missile Cav. At least causing them to shift fire. Okay, I think finally Skarsnik might be making his move. We do have Cold Ones after making such great strides at point 3. Now moving into the back line, gonna hit the Night Goblins in the back. Where is Gorok, by the way? Gorok is on the front line, doesn't have to do anything. He's got plenty of Skinks here. Skinks with the debuff. I think actually, with the poison debuff, maybe Night Goblins should have the advantage. Anyway, 500 health down, only 14,500 to go. The Shredder of Lustria is debuffed, does have stunted armor, but again, when you can make hits like that, I don't think he gives a flying shit. Now, Skarsnik is on there. He is anti-large, so we'll do some bonus damage. But again, you've got a long way to go before this thing gives a shit. Particularly with Cold Ones in your rear. We've got a lot of Nasty Skulkers now around the flank. Might need some Saurus to back him up here if he does have it. Gorok is now engaging into the front field. He can easily take down Skarsnik if he wants, so I feel like he should be shifting his attention to Skarsnik. And I always like Gorok's animations. Yeah, there it is. Oh no, when he does the double spin, that's always my favorite. And is Skarsnik gonna go for Gorok, or is he just trying to get out of here? Well, he's popped his mace and his Rock of Itza. And it's all kicking off here now. All kicking off. And more Night Goblins just spawning in from the Vanguard. And I think the moments when they break stealth and you see just all the Goblins hitting you, that's got to be kind of terrifying for the Lizardman player. Even though he's actually got the advantage here. He's doubling up on points. I think really the best hope is that he sends some Night Goblins to point 3. Gorok sitting pretty on 42 health. Only 196 gold value. Doesn't seem like much. Remember, these Night Goblins are cheap as fuck. Anyway, a little bit of extra motivation from Skarsnik. I think the Shredder, I think he could go in here. Come on, Shredder. No, he's going to move him back. Nope, there he is. He's going to go into the clump. Gorok lost a third of his health already. That poison debuff really carrying over. And the Shredder is going to have to bail out his lord there. Look at that, man. Man, given that he popped the Rock of Itsu, I wasn't expecting him to lose so much health there. 0.3 is actually falling now, but I just want to see a few more hits on Skarsnik here. Skarsnik combat even. Well, that is surprising, but just more... Oh, maybe it's the AP from the Nasty Skulkers, but more goblins keep rallying into Skarsnik's aid. Let's go over to 0.3 now. It was looking good for a long time. I think that's Erinon's Thunderbolt again. There, getting extra value there. But he's going to have to move some men on the points. He's only got these same Chameleon Stalkers here. Ah, well, that's one way to clear goblins off a point. It is not the skinks I'm talking about. It is the steroids on wheels. It is the mighty Croxigors. I'll be honest, I think the weapons they hold are kind of superfluous. I don't think if you've got an armored crocodile like that, you need to give them a weapon, but... You know what, I guess it doesn't hurt. All of this is taking place on that arc, by the way. This is kind of insane. Alright, we got Squigs. I think the monstrous infantry can easily take him. But they do land that poison debuff immediately. God, it's going to be so taxing for this Lizardman player. Anyway, he's 1,700 points ahead. And there is the Bad Moon. Which does good AP, but is it really going to do anything to Croxigors? I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that. Alright, let's go back to the Shredder of Lustria. Gorok, very, very low. Holy fuck, I was not expecting him to be that low. 243 kills for the Shredder of Lustria. 1,200 value, that's 3 goblins, 3 Night Goblins. But Gorok, man, what the fuck? How are you losing? Unless he does count as large. I don't think Gorok's as big as a horse, maybe he is. I don't think Saurus count as large, but I'm very surprised that Skarsnik is actually winning in this regard. Gorok does have the higher weapon strength, but maybe it's the poison debuff that's causing him to lose his edge here. 0.3 is slowly going back to Lizardman's favor. And I'm not sure where that Shredder's actually gone, by the way. Alright, more skinks coming to Gorok's aid here. He seems to have leveled the playing field here. They're both really low. And I don't think Skarsnik can get out of here. We've got a spell coming in from the Skink Priest. Oh, and he's just going to land on the Lord. Why the hell not? And there we go. Skarsnik is broken. He is retreating deeper into the Black Ark. I'm not sure how that's going to help him. Oh, and we'll just send a Feral Bastillodon as well. So this, I know we went a full Goblin build, and so you would think, oh, it might be slightly easier for the Lizardmen, but remember just how important this poison debuff is, but also the stealth mechanic and also Vanguard deployment that these Goblins get. So this is far from being an easy game from the Lizardmen point of view. Skarsnik will probably just run out of the battle. I think his job is done. But speaking of things you didn't expect, I don't think he expected 3,700 to be spent on the Shredder of Lustria here. Just to ensure that, you know, he kept control of at least 1 point, because you're not going to move this guy off. Alright, we've got another Thunderbolt coming in. And you know what? He's getting good value here. And that's GG. You know what? I felt bad for that Goblin player. He actually got thoroughly outplayed at the point that mattered, because basically both teams are going to be guaranteed their main point. And I feel like he should have maybe devoted more time to the third point. He did claw it. He did get it back, but he could not hold on to it long enough to make up the points difference. So that was a Shredder of Lustria in PvP. And you can see just how different this game plays in Domination. Shredder of Luster is covered in blood, but I'm pretty sure that's the blood of his enemies. Alright, so if you look at the post-game screen here, he brought in only 300 to Skarsnik's 1500, and 1400 gold value, 1100, 187 kills for the Skink Priest. After a shaky start, he actually came back really well. And, whoa, the Ripper-Dactyl Riders, 1100 gold value, and the Chameleon Skinks showing their stuff as well. And for only Feral Cold ones, they actually got a lot of value too. And, yeah, these poor Night Goblins. Yeah, okay. Couldn't really get much done. The Squigs rallied a bit, you know, to make it sporting, but yeah, just not enough oomph, not enough bang for your buck with these Night Goblins. Anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed. I've got a mixture of land and domination battles, just to mix it up. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, hit that like button. Let me know what you thought, so comment down below, and subscribe for more cringy content. And I'll see you all next time. Peace out. Goodbye.